Up next on the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at Barrel and Bean by Allagash Brewing Company. This is brewed and bottled in Portland, Maine, and is coming in at 9.6% ABV. Let's check this one out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome to the Day Beer Review, and today we are looking at Barrel and Bean. This is a bourbon barrel-aged golden ale blended with cold brew coffee. Now, I have to be honest with you, this was in the back of my beer fridge. I was going through it looking for stuff to review and I found this and I was like, oh. And I don't even remember buying it, but it's clearly been in my fridge since I purchased it, probably in a mixed six-pack somewhere, and the date on it is 11/16/2022, which means this is 4 years old. In fact, not quite, 3.5. So we're gonna crack it open, we're gonna see what it looks like. Now, I've had other stuff by Allagash, particularly I think it's called Allagash White, maybe. It's like, what is it? It's sort of like, a Blue Point. It's not a Blue Point, a Blue Moon, that's it. It's good, it's decent, and I like Maine, and let's give it a try. And honestly, if you're watching, I do know some people in Maine. So Julie, please hello to you and your family. Let's crack this open. All right, I'm getting a hiss, and there was actually carbonation coming out of it. Let's give it a pour. I am using a stem glass for this because, quite honestly, I want to be able to smell this before I drink it. I want to make sure it's not going to be one of the, like a shot one. Now, quite honestly, this is pouring really nice. I did notice that there's a lot of sediment on the bottom of this bottle. It's not going to be something that's going to show up on camera unless, let me see if this will do it. If I do it this way. There is a good amount, it's not. There's a good amount of sediment down here. So I'm not going to pour that. But let's try the top end of this. And like I said, it's older than I expected it to be because it sort of got lost in the mix of all the other beers that were in the fridge. I'm getting the scent of coffee and vanilla. It actually smells like, I'm not getting the barrel, I'm not getting that bourbon smell really, but I am getting a lot of vanilla. I'm still getting coffee out of it. There's maybe just like the ghost of the bourbon in the nose. I mean, it's not a bad nose. And honestly, it's, the only thing is it is a little bit underwhelming. That's really the only problem with it. All right, there are some floaties in there. Oh, geez, I thought I was better than that, but yeah, there's definitely some. All right, for science. There's no flavor. There's nothing. This beer is dead as hell. Wow, this may set a record as the shortest review I've ever done. In fact, I think to sort of wash my mouth out, because what I'm getting is that grit of this crap that's floating in it. This beer is clearly bad. So what I'll do is I'll reach over here and I'll grab the last beer that I just reviewed, which was Mortal Wombat by KCBC. And quite frankly, this particular review right here is over. I'm not drinking any more of this. The color is fine, but I'm realizing that it's so good because it's reflecting off of all the particulate matter that's in there. There's still carbonation, but quite frankly, I drink more for the flavor than anything else, and this has no flavor to it, so there's really no point in drinking it. Now, I have to give Allagash a pass here because I have no idea. Oh, it's drying my mouth out. You know what's so funny? I knew it didn't have any flavor, but I didn't know how absolutely dead the flavor is on this beer until I tasted this again. This is like the what were they called? The Dementors of beer. Like, it sucks all the flavor right out of your mouth in its current state, and you need to like put more of that flavor in your mouth to stop this. Now, let's go back to this for a second. I don't want to slam this beer. It is not the beer's fault. I am sure if I had drunk this in any time between the first, let's say, 2 years, this would have been fine because Allagash makes a good product. But in its current state, this is one that, you know, I didn't mean to age it. It just got lost in the shuffle, and the review turned out to be a fail. If you see it out there and you've tried it, I'd love to hear about it because I just, you know, I was hoping for more, and I realized that, as with everything, and we'll get philosophical here, time kills everything, even the beer. So this one's dead. Now, I have no doubt that this is a really good beer, and I feel like I probably in 2022 paid like $6 or $7 for this, for those teenagers out there. But what it really comes down to is, you know, the age killed it. So you got to be careful with the beers that you age, because sometimes they just get too old and they're dead, and that's the way with this one. So this has been Barrel and Bean by Allagash Brewing Company. Can't say anything bad about Allagash. This is my fault, and this is why this particular review is sort of a failure. If you followed me along this well, I'm really pleased, and I'll see you next time. If you have tried it, I'd love to hear some feedback. If it was good, let me know what a jerk I was for leaving it in the fridge for 4 years. And if it was terrible, let me know so I don't feel so bad about wasting the beer. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna sit back and drink this one again and probably pour this one out. See you next time on End of the Day Beer Review. Cheers. Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at Allagash Barrel and Bean. This is a bourbon barrel-aged golden ale blended with cold brew coffee. And this is brewed in Portland, Maine. I've had some stuff by Allagash before. It's been good, but I've been sitting on this one for a while. And this was bottled in 2022, so 4 years ago. I have no idea if this has actually survived, but it has been refrigerated, it has been cared for, so I guess we'll have to see, you know, if this works out. And boy, I fucked up this intro entirely. I'll put it at the end. 3, 2, 1.